have to do this again. All right, Ravenswatch hero upgrades tier list. So we are ranking these based on just the likelihood of us taking it, how good they are, but also synergies. So, for instance, double shock. It's around here somewhere.
Second row, it's under Bewitching Song. Left, right,
Right there. Yeah.
left.
So like
Is
double shock, for instance, is like you wouldn't really consider taking double shock alone, but if you get it with eruption, then it becomes insane. So
yeah, S
that sort
tier.
of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
S tier
Anyways, so okay,
combination.
acoustic pulses. Uh, we had it like
Your
C.
special pulse.
Yeah.
So this is like
Yeah.
little bits of damage.
Yeah.
You know.
Piper, special pulses damage. It's not amazing, but it is pretty nice considering a lot of Piper talents are not that great in my opinion. Some are
Yeah, they
insane,
don't really.
some are shit, and some are just okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, he doesn't really have too much damage for himself.
But yeah, we'll come back as well. Okay, acrobatics, Aladdin, crossing over enemies with defense generates enchantment. It's not the worst thing in the world, but yeah, it's not.
Definitely not
It's not up
comparable
there.
to his other talents. Yeah.
No. Okay. Aerial catch. So like you wouldn't catch me grabbing this personally because it doesn't give you damage, but yeah, there's
It is.
definitely is you can be really broken and just give everybody infinite shields. If you get the the item that gives shields, whatever it's called.
Yeah, the
So yeah,
fairy
it's
dust.
like A.
Hmm.
Again, never catch me picking it, and if I catch you picking it, I'm gonna look at you the wrong way. But if you do pick it, you're not wrong. You're just I'm disappointed.
You just cringe for picking the broken talent.
Okay, aftershock is an easy S. Melusine, your right click sends out another pulse like a half second later or something like that.
Yeah, one half or 50% damage. It's
Yeah,
broken.
it's really
Still.
strong. And with the other power talents, it's insane.
Even more synergy. So
Okay.
how fun.
Aggressive defense, Scarlet, your shift, your
Yeah,
defense
defense.
does
Hmm.
damage when you activate it. Yeah, it's pretty good, but like not amazing. Say
It
like
doesn't synergize
low
much.
B, like very low B. Like this is gonna be probably the lowest B if I were to imagine.
It's definitely really strong, but
I don't know.
it doesn't synergize well. Not too many items that work with it.
It's a
Yeah.
standalone thing.
Yep.
Uh,
Air
okay, air
dash.
dash for Aladdin. You can use your dash during your defense to dash, and it most importantly with this talent is it is separate from your dash cooldown. So that alone is just really nice for movement, just getting around the map. But other than that, um,
It's
gives you
still
attack
strong.
speed as well when you do it, which is like cool, I guess. But I just
But
like
it's
it so
still
you can make more things vulnerable. But mostly with it, you just trying to combine it with dive. But yeah, it's like B like
I
that.
mean, you don't even need to cross over enemies to get the attack speed as long as you just dash. So it's definitely just
Yeah.
good.
Armor break, Scarlet special applies. Vulnerable,
Vulnerable.
which is 25% more damage. Uh, where do we put this?
Vulnerable is pretty valuable, but for Scarlet, she doesn't really need it.
Yeah, for Scarlet, it's really bad unless you get, um, you know, instant explosion. In which case, you've got another problem in your hands. So,
You're losing more damage. Yeah,
yeah,
short wick. Yeah.
with werewolf though, it is really good. So,
Well, but yeah, werewolf form is definitely really good, but it's also just half the time.
yeah, it's like B, I think. Socket in,
Middle of B,
yeah.
I would say.
Okay, backwash, another S for Melusine. Spoiler: there's gonna be a lot of those probably. Uh, so yeah, Melusine special sends 3 more waves after the fact, and it's not actually insane extra damage, But what it does is basically instantly stagger any enemy it touches, which is pretty good for the bosses that get the the elites that get armor when they're not staggered.
Yeah, for mini bosses and the big trees, etc.
Yeah, there's obviously Melusina's special synergies, but it's a lot harder to pull off than the power synergies. And standalone, this just goes with any build Backwash does, versus the power build where you just want to stack as many as you can, right? So, Bewitching Song, Melusine starting upgrade.
Yeah, whenever you enter a sing stance, you apply weak.
It's actually
Everything does half
song
damage.
stance, not sing stance. Get it right.
It is sing stance. When
Is,
entering
is it
sing
sing
stance.
stance?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I should get it right.
It's called sing stance and move stance.
Right. Monkey name.
Yep.
Yeah, weak. Which is? Did you say it was 50%?
I think it's 50%. It feels like it's 50%.
I never did the math on it. I never really paid attention. Don't really
Because
care.
when you get weakened by enemies, pretty sure you just do half.
Yeah, Magic getting hit by that attack though is there. Yikes.
Yeah, but sometimes you just don't care, you know.
Sure.
Sometimes you just don't care.
Right. Yeah. So when we're doing the starting upgrades, I think you can't just because like a lot of the starting upgrades are like S or E, depending on which one it is. But it's better to compare them to each other because you can only have one of them. So Bewitching Song is like, man, this thing's pretty good, and then you compare it to Spring Bladder, it's like, oh, well, I don't know.
Still an A for me.
I don't know. I all right. I'll put it in A just because it is better than the other two that aren't Spring Bladder, I think. So
yeah, Dance Step and Deep Beat.
Well, Deep Beat's has its niche cases, but
add to Dance Step.
Nightmare 9, you ain't pulling off a Deep Beat. I'll say that much.
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah.
All right, guys, got my Deep Beat off. Okay, I just used 2 feathers. Okay, this is special does damage.
Yeah. Defense damage.
Defense does damage. What I meant. That's what I meant. Yeah, Snow Queen defense does damage during the duration. It's a little extra damage. I'm not mad about it most of the time.
You lose the instant stagger for damage.
What?
You lose the instance. So the normal defense would, just give a flat, like stagger bar.
Oh, okay, stagger bar. It's like it still interrupts. It just I know what you mean. Sure. I mean,
this one applies it over a short duration.
Yeah, but
you're still invulnerable.
The damage is really nice. It's like 66 or 55 or whatever base.
Yeah, 50 level 1 or common. Yeah.
It's
definitely not bad.
I think it's not bad for sure.
I think it's on par with aggressive defense.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's a little better than aggressive defense, in my opinion. Just compared to other Snow Queen talents, Scarlet's got some better talents.
Yeah.
This is Blade Masters. Blade Master.
Trait Master.
Blade
Master. I just call it Trait Master.
So this is after activating trait.
Your next 3 attacks 100% crit chance.
And then you just get a passive 10 scaling to 16% attack speed. For Beowulf, obviously. I actually really like this. I'm gonna be honest. Like when I was running speedruns on Beowulf,
yeah,
I got this and I was like, whoa.
Blade Master's insane in my opinion.
People think like, whatever. But like the more you use it, the more you realize like it's boring. Yeah, it is boring. It's a really boring talent, but it's really strong.
But you get your third auto, 10%, not even 10% faster. I'd say more than 10%. And the third auto is plus 200% damage, which is the best part of the auto chain.
I think it's actually really good. Is it S?
Definitely.
Compared to other Beowulf talents, probably not. But I'll go top of A though for sure.
Definitely, top of A for me as well.
Okay.
And, Blade Storm.
Blade Storm. All right.
Easy reasoning. yeah, you can't do anything else, and your
Yeah.
movement is awkward
So
when you're
Blade Storm, right? So your E, how your special for Beowulf. This is what the talent does. You spin 2 more times, and then each upgrade spins another time. Uh,
and adds damage,
would
I think, or it's just more
I
spinning.
think it's just another spin is
Yeah,
all it is. And then it says spin like 2 times for 90% more damage, right?
no, just 90. It's less, actually, 90% damage. So you do
Well, no,
less damage.
it's not doing the spins themselves aren't doing less damage. It's saying in total the ability is doing this much more damage because you're spinning 2 more times. I think that's what it's
Special
trying to
spins
convey.
2 more times for 90% damage each. So you're doing less damage for the extra spins. Based on the wording of Bladestorm
I don't know.
in the
All we
game.
know is that you spin more times, which is bad because you're spinning more times and not auto attacking or attacking.
Or
Um,
dodging.
right. And then on top of that, they don't even this does no damage. And the worst part about it is that like, oh, you go for the special build, right? Cuz the special does more damage? No. No, you don't even
Yeah,
do that because the
you're
special build
slowing.
is literally just grab fiery seismo, win game, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is, fiery seismo, you need to calculate where you're going to land in your special, and if you have blade storm, you have no idea where you're going to land because you spin more times, which means you travel further.
And if
So
you do know where you're gonna land, well, have fun taking all that damage for no reason.
yeah. Congratulations, you just spun 5 times in front of them. You are now dead.
Yes.
So yeah,
And if you do use it with your traits, congratulations, your trait cooldown's longer because you're spinning for longer, which is
oh my god,
and huge L, and your special cooldown's longer.
yeah.
Another hell,
Don't.
hell right there.
In conclusion, don't take blade storm.
Yeah, never take
Okay,
it.
blazing runes. This is
Crit chance against ignited enemies.
for attack and special specifically. It does not
Yes.
apply to your power because if it did, that'd be pretty
Pretty broke.
good. um, so blazing runes by itself is
You definitely want it without Blade Master.
yeah. Honestly, blazing runes isn't that amazing. They like if you don't consider synergies, all it really is just like your E does more, your special does more damage, pretty much. But the direct synergy that you can link it to is uh, where is it?
Fire Wings,
Fire.
Fire says,
Yeah, here it is. This one.
and maybe
So
Furnace as well.
activating your trait ignites enemies. So that is really good because then you can combine it with fiery seismo, and then
Your
they're
Fire
already
Side
ignited by your activating your trait, and then your fire seismo will one shot everything. So
does 50% more damage.
yep. So blazer runes with fire seismo, insane. Without fiery
But
seismo,
it is very situational.
yeah. Well, correction. Yeah, you need fire seismo and in yeah. So
The chance of it happening is really low.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
very low.
That's
But if
like,
you get this god combo, it is, whew.
but like definitely top of D or bottom of C.
Yeah.
Like those.
I I'll go bottom C. It's not as bad as acrobatics. I'd say.
Now cleave,
Okay.
cleave
So
S. You can't like top of S. You can't even.
so we're both speedrunners. We speedrun, and Scarlet is the most fun character to speedrun. Cleave is by far the best talent you can take.
Yep.
Out.
Your attack is
That's
a
the thing,
25.
though. I don't play Scarlet outside of speedrunning, so I can't actually talk from experience for that.
Yeah.
But I have to imagine it still feels the same, and that is fucking insane.
It does actually. Actually, it feels better because you're gonna get it to legendary if you optimize your dream shard spending, and if you get items, more damage. So it's even more fun. So
Isn't it plus 30% damage per rank?
mm, I thought it was
It,
20. 20.
okay.
It starts at 120% damage, and it's
All I
like
remember is epic is 180.
yeah, plus 20%.
Doesn't it start at 120?
Yeah, rare is 140, and then epic is 160. Legendary is
I
130.
swear that epic was 180. But I don't know.
But if it is 25, then even better. Then like it's
Well,
insane.
I,
That's all
I
you can do.
30% each. I really thought it was 30% each, but I don't know. You're
It
the
could be
Scarlet player, so I guess
whatever.
you
I
would
don't
know better.
remember
You
the
would know
I don't
better.
remember.
Either
No, no,
way,
no.
yes. We didn't explain what it does.
I was going to.
You have a 25% chance for your attack to do way too much damage around you. That's what it
Yep.
does. Yeah, and
Yeah, but it's broken. So.
it's really strong. That's about it. And then if you get a cleave, that crits because you have Shadow Strikes, of course, because Shadow Strikes is broken. Spoiler alert. Yeah.
Our
Uh,
cold hearts
yeah,
for each shield enemy, you get crit chance. It used to be plus 8% on
yeah,
common.
yeah. I saw in the beta test or whatever, the closed alpha
Um,
is
apparently it was
insane.
too strong,
Yeah,
but now it's fucking dog shit.
I don't think I've taken this outside of doing it just to get the tick that said I did it. I think it's really bad. Uh,
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it'd be pretty good if, like, in a normal Snow Queen run, where your strategy is just grab attack damage and dual lances go burr.
but even still, there's a
In that
lance.
case, I think it's not terrible. I think it's better than Blade Storm. I'll
Yeah,
put it bottom of D. I don't know.
yeah.
Neither of us are really Snow Queen players outside of speedrunning, so
I mean, I play every now and then, but
yeah.
I still hate Cold Heart. It still doesn't feel good
Okay,
at all.
cyclonic appearance, right?
Yep.
So when for Aladdin, when you activate your power, you do damage around you equal to, like, what, 70% base.
50% of
Oh,
your power damage.
really? It's 50%
So
base.
it's pretty much you don't. It's pretty much your charge. Like it's pretty much if you charge it up, it does
Yeah.
pretty much that amount of damage.
Um, it's pretty good. I'd put it like the problem with this is that, like, ideally you're full charging enemies, right? Which means you're not standing next to them when you actually activated it. So how you're supposed to use it is stand next to enemies and, hey, fuck off.
You aim 90 degrees away and you do a U-turn is how you're supposed to use it. Or you could just not care and pretend it's fully charged and just press it and
Yeah,
then just do.
how you use it most of the time is just point blank your power on enemies. But how you should be using it is standing next to some enemies to AoE them while you're actually charging your power to hit an enemy somewhere else. But either way, it's like a solid B, like right here, I think.
It's still better than just charging a right click in my
Yeah.
books. And when you get it to higher ranks, it's just plain more DPS than charging your power attack.
Right.
So all right, dance
Anyways,
step,
dance step.
dance
So
step. Yeah,
this is Melusine Kandash in her song stance. Sing stance?
at a plus 50% cooldown
Yeah,
cost.
but it goes down to 20%, Bear. It's got to be
At
good.
legendary, yeah,
It's
yeah,
got to
at
be good.
legendary, yeah. And my first run using it and I got it legendary. Felt garbage.
Yeah.
It feels so bad.
So technically, you can just say it doesn't do anything. End of story. It doesn't do anything horrible. But like, words cannot, like, state just how useless this thing is.
Like if that was not a starting talent, it'd be good if you get deep beat with it.
There is
Otherwise,
literally no point to take dance step because how you're supposed to play Melusine is stutter step. So you can enter song stance to attack once, and then you can immediately leave. And when you every single time you leave song stance, by the way, unless you're using your defense, you get a little dash. So you can use that to dodge. You don't need your dash in song stance. What is it called? It's sing stance.
yeah, sing stance.
Sing stance. So it's completely useless. The only time you would consider taking this is if you're taking deep beat, which is if you get 4 hits with your attack in sing stance, then it does damage around you. The problem is
They're both starting.
they're both starting talents, so that just doesn't make any sense, man.
I mean, you can make the argument for submerging attack, but
No, but if you're going submerging attack, you still take deep beat.
yeah, like you'd want deep beat more is the problem.
Yeah. So it has no place in the game. Either they add some extra stuff to it, like they could put it onto Submerging Tech, but Submerging Tech's already kind of strong, so they don't need to do that. They need to change this talent. Either make it not a starting upgrade and add some other stuff to it, or
Or just make it so your dash is at a minus 20% cooldown or something when it's at legendary instead of
I don't know. I don't know.
instead
That's
of a
that's
plus
that's
20.
kind of weird.
If it definitely feel better.
Whatever. Right now it's completely useless. Okay,
That's true.
this is Spinning Blades. No, that starts with an S. I don't know what
Oh,
this is.
dancing blades.
Dancing Blades. Yeah, your Aladdin special spins longer, and you can press the button to retrieve it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it's
it's okay.
still it's better than still better than acrobatics.
Yeah, it's right next to these guys. The special does more damage sometimes. Talents.
It really is that. It
Is it
really
better
is
than
that.
acoustic pulse? I don't think so. I don't
No.
think so.
Like you gain more enchantments, which is poggers, but
Uh,
it doesn't feel great.
okay, Deep Beat.
For it to last
So
longer.
Nightmare 9, this talent is pretty much untakeable, just because there's too many enemies and you just get one shot.
Or they're what are they called again? Brain.
I don't know.
They're called corrupted enemies, yeah. Or they're corrupted and then they have more health and more damage.
Yeah.
So you have less time
So
to
yeah, we already explained what Deep Beats does. So if you hit 4 attacks in Song Stance without leaving it, Sing Stance, you do damage around you, and it's an insane area. Basically, hit everybody on your screen, basically. And it's for 100% scaling up to 160%. So it's actually a lot of damage, especially if you have Submerging Tech, which we'll get into later. Yeah, it's really good, especially for the speed run. You need this if you want a good time. But yeah, like Nightmare runs, it's not really amazing. I'd say it's like low A maybe, high B. What do you think?
definitely low A.
Low A. Okay. Hmm.
I don't know. Most starting talents are like just synergize really well with a lot of things.
Apparently A is just the starting upgrade thing. Row
Yeah,
minus.
except for
minus.
Blade Master.
Yeah. Okay, Devour. So I understand people really like Devour. Again, I don't really play Scarlet outside of speedrunning, so
I also enjoyed the Devour, but I don't
so you'll have to
value it.
put your input for this. I know, like, I don't know.
I don't value
For
it
a
highly.
werewolf, I don't think it's very good, but like with Scarlet, I think
Normal
it's really
Scarlet is
strong
insane.
because you can
Yes.
just kind of, if you just you know get
You can hit
everything's
more.
at slightly different health, then you could just kill everything pretty much.
Mhm.
So what it does is it's a quest. You get kills with werewolf power,
You get
20.
more base
Yeah, you
damage,
get base
and
damage, and then
when you complete it, you have a 40% chance for whenever your power kills something, it has no cooldown,
yeah, and it
and then a
scales
hundred
up to
percent.
100% chance.
Yes.
Legendary though is the most important thing, because if it's not legendary, this thing's useless.
Yeah, you never get the quest reward pretty much if it's not legendary in werewolf form, but in Scarlet form, if you kill multiple enemies,
Yeah,
you have a higher chance, obviously.
sure,
But
but
even still, you get 10 damage, which is
yeah, base
great.
damage is always very good in roguelikes because base damage means that your percentage damage multipliers are better
Hmm.
because there's more damage to scale off of.
But
um,
the quest completion definitely not the greatest.
yeah, you have to rank this one. I can't really say anything.
I'd say
I
middle or bottom of B.
Yeah, I'll put it like right
It's
here. I think
it's not that great.
distant explosions. It's like I don't know.
This is explosions is not fun early. You have to learn how to use it.
Here's how they make distant explosions fun. You ready? They make it to where in werewolf form you can actually leap over stuff. Okay, that's how. That's, by the way, distant explosions just makes it to where you're special with Scarlet, or when you're playing Scarlet, and werewolf too. You special. You can throw your bomb and you can leap. That's And by the
But
way, when I say can, I mean you do because you don't have a choice now.
yeah, but you see, the thing is, in human form with distant explosions, you could throw the special off the map or in one of the
Yes,
lakes.
this is very
Yes, and
true.
it feels horrible.
Yeah.
It doesn't bounce back, or you get stopped by the invisible wall like you do in werewolf
Yeah, and
form.
if it gets put in like a wall, which I've done many times, it's like, oh, they're still standing the AoE. No, it's on a different axis now. That it's gone. Bye bye.
It doesn't do any damage. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's good when you learn how to use it, but it's still not better than her other starters.
yeah. It's I specifically with the starting upgrades, we have to compare to the other ones, and I think with that
Yeah, I
in
think this
mind,
is
it's
like
like a
C.
D, like or C. D's maybe too harsh. I hate
I
this
think this,
talent. We'll put
I
it down here.
enjoy it after various experiments with it.
All right, dive.
That's
Is it S?
that's
So what dive does is when using defense as Aladdin, you can use attack to
deal 400% of attack damage.
yeah,
Yep.
as a common, it can go up to 700%. And this is how Aladdin does the funny numbers without Vajra. You scale your attack with Ace of Spades, and yeah,
Or just base damage. Either or works.
yeah. But yeah, this thing's pretty strong.
I don't know. It's always a must pick whenever it pops up
Yeah,
for me.
the problem with Aladdin is that like other than Jania's gift, his talents kind of lackluster.
They're just average. They're really
And it's
average.
not even that like they're like bad. It's just the fact that Aladdin doesn't focus on his talents; he focuses on items.
Yeah, he snowballs with items,
So
and then he snowballs your team with more items. Yep.
yeah. So when it comes to Aladdin talents in general, just pick whatever you want. Really,
Yeah, you don't really need to.
it doesn't really matter, does it? But yeah, Aladdin dive feels really nice.
No double shock.
Double shock. So yeah, we already explained this briefly earlier. The double shock makes it to where Beowulf's power sheds 2 shocks, but it does less. They each do less damage.
Yeah, 30% into 5% of legendary.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's by
I think it's
itself.
still
It's
fine.
by itself. I don't like it like at all.
If,
I,
if you
I've
use it with if you use it with your trait, it's -5% at common. So
but
it's not that bad.
it locks you into an animation. Is the
It's also
problem? So by itself, like if you don't have eruption, it's like C for me. But with eruption, it's high A. That's it.
yeah.
So B.
So we're gonna shove it right in the middle.
Yeah. We'll put it right next to cyclonic. Basically the same thing. All right,
Fire
draconic binds. This is an
Oh,
S.
that's not fire wings.
Yeah, this is draconic binds.
Yeah, that's a draconic bites.
Is
Yeah.
it the best starting upgrade other than Shadow Strikes and Janine's gift? I think.
Yes.
I think just about. So where do we put it here? Like right. I think right, right, right there. That seems about right.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, so Draconic Binds is a quest where you got to hit 2 or more enemies, or just 2 enemies, with your your trait empowered abilities. So your right click, or your power, or your special.
Now there's a bug. I think it's a bug. If you hit the same enemy with something like double shock,
Yeah,
it counts.
I don't think it's a bug. I think it's kind of intended because it is
Well, with
using the
fire
ability
reflex.
again. So with
Mm.
Draconic Binds, you need to hit 2 enemies with empowered special or power. But if you have double shock or fiery seismo, you can stack it by itself on one enemy, which is very nice for speedruns.
As long as they have enough health to live the first hit.
Right. Which is, rare when you have fiery seismo. So yeah, Draconic Binds is just really strong. And then doing the quest, each one gives you base damage.
Yes.
And then the quest
quest
reward
complete.
is the most important thing though, which is the cooldown gets reduced So for the special build, the fire seisma build, it's like whatever, extra damage, that's good. For the power build, it's insane because you can empower your power every single time on cooldown.
Yeah, the cooldowns link up perfectly to where
Mm-hmm.
it's the same time,
Yep.
and you forgot that that it also gives worm or trait damage when
Yes.
you for draconic binds. Yeah. So it's even better.
Mm-hmm.
They could have just made it so you got just a trait cooldown, but they instead gave you also more trait damage for no reason. You
So
get damage and then more damage when you complete the quest.
so I
So,
when I was talking about those best the best starting upgrades, I kind of forget about dual lances.
yeah, that's top of S.
Where is it exactly?
I think it is better than
Yeah, I think
Cleave.
it might just be there. So dual lances, Snow Queen starting upgrade. Your attack shoots out two
Two
now, but it has 45% reduced range. I think
L 50
is
at
it
common.
50?
Yep.
I don't know. I'm throwing in stuff all over the place. I guess. Yeah, you do double damage. That's the upgrade. Range, who cares? You do double damage. Cool.
Yeah, 60 damage in auto at level 1
Yeah,
if you use your frost properly. It's broken.
it's just broken.
You
There you go. Okay, next up, energy. Scarlet can have two more combo points,
mhm
and each combo point increases your crit chance of your power.
mhm
It's I. It it by itself, I don't think it's that amazing. With murder intent, though, it can be pretty nice, especially if you have a devour with that too. That could go kind of crazy. But I don't know. I think it's like B somewhere, maybe low A.
I think it's top of C.
You think it's that bad?
I don't enjoy it. Like it's good, don't get me wrong, but it's not
But Bear, have you considered this? All right, consider this. All right, you ready? Funny numby.
true. That's pretty true.
Funny number. Winning is always the priority. Of
Yeah,
course.
but yeah, you're
But
right.
but
You're right.
funny number.
Energy does do a big
Funny
chunk of
number.
damage. You're right.
You have
It can just
we
one
have to
shot
we
stuff.
have to consider these things. Funny number. So
It does big
for
damage.
that, we will give it. The special does more damage sometimes. Or this is the power. The power this is the special does more damage sometimes. These are the power does more damage sometimes. Power better than special confirmed. Yes. Eruption. Okay, so
Eruption. Eruption's
where
just
is
better than double shock. I think not the very top of S. I think somewhere. I think it's just slightly
uh,
worse than Draconic.
mm, I don't know. It's kind of good.
It pretty much just doubles your power damage for free.
As more than doubles, and with double
Yeah.
shock it like quadruples pretty much.
Yep.
Um, yeah, it's really strong.
And then if it's higher
Oh,
rarity,
eruption. What it does is just at the end of your power, it explodes
explodes for
for 100,
double damage.
150% common. Pretty sure.
No, common is just 100%.
Uh,
You're literally dreaming.
I might be. I don't know. Maybe I'm actually going insane with these numbers. Whatever. A lot of damage. Cool.
Yeah, and it
Uh,
staggers for free too.
yeah, it's really strong. Okay. This is defense does
Explosive
damage.
blast. Yes.
So Piper defense does damage. Okay. Is that is that all?
Frankly, it's just like
Okay, but is it D or is it bottom of C though? Is the question.
see, the thing is it does less damage than Snow Queen's defense does damage.
Yes,
For some reason,
and
it doesn't.
also you have to remember Piper defense has a pretty long cooldown. Piper's got really long cooldowns,
So
and
it's even worse actually. And with his build,
and
you
it's like
literally
you're using your defense, other than to dodge for the iframes. You're using it to stagger, which means the damage itself isn't hitting the staggered enemy, the staggered elite for more damage. So yeah,
Yeah, but compared to his other
but it's
talents,
not
you
E.
you just don't you just don't want explosive blast compared to his other stuff.
I think it's D at least. Just put it in there.
I'd say better than acrobatics.
All right, fine, fair enough. Okay, explosive fire. I think it's called. They will ignited enemies explode.
Now it's good in multiplayer, but really that's about it. If you're playing by yourself, it's horrible.
I think this thing is terrible. I keep in mind I'm more of a solo player, and like some duo player with this guy, I guess.
This guy's toxic.
I don't know what you're referring to. Um, so yeah, you'd be like, oh man, chain explosions, that's so cool. Except the really big issue with this, and they either have to fix this or remove the talent, because I swear to God, if an enemy dies by an empowered special or power, so the thing that would ignite them, if they die to it, they don't get ignited, which means they don't explode. That is terrible. So basically, what it means, what the talent actually does is do fucking nothing.
And in the Master Nightmare fight, yeah, especially nothing.
Yeah. So it's like D. It's not E, because it has like some uses in multiplayer, I guess, apparently.
Yeah, bottom of D, I would say.
But like, why would you ever take this over Draconic
It's
Binds?
still
If you're
not.
offered this in
It's
Draconic
still not.
Binds and you take this, man, you got to consider
Man,
your life choices.
I don't really want to. I don't really want to play the run anymore. To be honest.
All right.
Like, sure, we'll level up fast, but
we'll put it at the top. That's it.
really, you should be level. You should be hitting level
All right.
5.
Explosive
every
rats.
run, if you're not-
Piper's rats explode.
Yeah.
It's honestly not that bad. It's pretty good. Piper's starting talents are, not the best part about Piper. Let's say that. It's
Personally,
okay.
Top of C or bottom of B.
Yeah. I think it's better than acoustic pulses. I'll put it here.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Extra measure. Now this thing. Now this is how you do the funny numbers. When I first started playing, before I knew about. No, before we played Aladdin and got the really funny numbers. Extra measure was where it was at. So this is when you hit an enemy with your defense as Piper, your next power within the next 2 seconds or 3 seconds or whatever.
Yep.
Has extra beats.
2 waves.
Yeah. Scaling to 5, of course. So yeah, it's really strong because you see how like the only way Piper does damage is to press the power button. So then this makes the power button do more of the power button.
Like,
and then that's how you win.
If you're complaining that you're locked in the animation, you can still move, albeit very minimally, but if you're still getting hit by
you do have to play it smart, because you definitely can get screwed over by this, but the damage outweighs the cons here. The pros outweigh the cons for sure. This thing is how you do the funny numbers. You get this, you get a legendary quintuplets, and everything will be decimated. Imagine Fiery Seismo, but it's on a 3-second cooldown.
Yeah, even less than what Fire Seismo does.
Yeah. So S for sure. It's like
stay right there, yeah.
It's right here.
Okay.
No. Like that. Okay.
Yeah,
what is this thing called? Firebird?
Fire wings.
Firebird.
Firebird. Fire wings. Yeah.
Fire wings.
So your trait deals fire or just damage and it applies ignite. It's not bad.
Yeah, when you activate trait, you do damage around and it ignites. The most important thing though is that it ignites 4 blazing runes. That's the one thing here. These two talents don't exist without each other.
It's actually fine solo by itself.
Sure, it's better than blazing runes solo, but still I'm not taking it unless I'm thinking I'm getting blazing runes, for sure.
Bottom would be for me.
Yeah, bottom of B. We'll put it right. Yep.
Fire
Aggressive defense. You can be above something. There you go.
Yeah, I think it's better
All
than
right,
B.
Fire Seismo. I really
Think-
want to put Fiery Seismo in S, but I don't know if I can.
I don't think it's S.
Yeah, it's so funny, but it has such a
It-
long cooldown.
It's really good, but not good. As someone that's grinded
If
a
we want to
lot
talk
though.
about pure fun factor, pure dopamine, Fire Seismo S plus. It is so
Yes.
funny,
It's so fun.
but
But
it's
not
less funny when it's like every 13 seconds. When you could do it, it's like okay, it's not every 30, it's like every 9 seconds or whatever. But
around 9.
it feels like it's 20 hours for the next Fiery Seismo. Unfortunately, but I'll put it at the very top of A.
Yeah, it's definitely top of A for me as well.
We didn't explain. It's when your empowered special strikes 3 more times or strikes 3 times at the end.
3 more times with a growing radius. There we go.
Yeah. So basically, everything inside this radius gets 1 shot, pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah, except for the nightmare tentacles
Yeah,
and
we
the
don't talk
nightmare.
So what is this? This is Freezing Shadow, right?
Yes, the quest. Now the quest, very fun. It's so fun, but is it great? I'd say it's at least B.
So
Definitely
what
not
is this?
S.
Just shatter 2 enemies or shatter 3 enemies? Or what is it?
Shatter 3. Yes.
Just shatter 3 enemies. To get
For-
base damage, and then what is it? Your shatter
Your
no
special
longer
reapplies.
shatters. Your shatter no longer shatters.
Yeah, pretty much, and it deals more damage.
Yeah.
So it definitely is really good, especially to get Shattering Blast. Talent.
Specifically, the extra damage with the Ice Lance is pretty cool, I guess. Although actually, I don't think that applies. I don't know. Not really a Snow Queen player.
No, you just want to keep. So it's just good because you get to keep the chilled, and your shatter does more damage. And if you get Shattering Blast, which is only one
Yeah.
thing that's.
See, here's the big problem with it. You ready? Is a really big downside here. It's not dual lances.
Facts.
The talent that allows you to play the character. so yeah.
I mean, you say that, but Freezing Shatter is actually pretty good.
It's like B. Just if you really want to compare it to dual lances, like realistically, it's probably A. But if we're gonna compare this, like as we've done, we're comparing the starting upgrades to the other starting upgrades.
Yeah, but there's Ice Clone and Windy Lances. I'd say bottom of A
Huh?
or top of B.
I don't know.
It is her other better.
So where do you want this?
Not above Air Dash if we're putting in B.
Put
But
it right
definitely, yeah, it's fine for me.
Okay, I don't know what this is. I'll be honest.
I'll be honest, yeah, I don't really remember what that is.
This
either.
is
Freezing Splash.
yeah. Is it the
Melissa
one where
Power
your thing
Melissa-
is bigger, or the days
Bigger-
are day and night?
Bigger power and
Okay.
chill.
So this is during day.
No, Melissan.
Oh, this is the
Melissan power.
This is Melissan.
Chills and range.
Okay, yeah. You can tell that I really like this talent. Yeah, your power is bigger radius.
Yeah, and it looks especially like a Snow Queen talent.
Yeah.
So
So Melusine power, bigger radius, and
chill.
highest chill. Big whoop. Yeah, this thing's kind of useless in my opinion.
It
Like,
doesn't
sure.
give you more damage.
Yeah, it just doesn't technically do anything.
Synergizes with Snow Queen, but
Is it E?
you're
No. No, I like the bigger radius. It's nice. The chill, I don't really care, but it feels okay. We'll put it like right. Yeah, we'll put it there.
Better than Explosive Fire.
Yeah, I was like, man, do I really want to diss this talent like that? All right, this is the Piper starting
Freezing
talent. Freezing
Freezing trap.
Freezing trap. So your enemies in your special
Special
take
are
more
chilled
damage and are
take
chilled.
more-
Yep. Pretty good. I like it. For some reason,
Definitely-
I got a 523 with this for absolutely no reason. So it's got to be good.
I'd say it's on par with explosive rats.
I'd
Maybe
it's
a little bit better.
I'd say it's a little better. Yeah. I'll put it
I think better
put it
than
right
the Valkyries.
put it right next to armor break.
Oh,
You don't think so? I think it's
I'd say it's like better than combo or energy.
nah.
Between
I like
the-
it here. I think.
Okay.
Okay, this
But
one
that's-
is Snow Queen defense applies vulnerable, right?
vulnerable. Yes. I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty dang good.
Yeah, unlike Scarlet's special applies vulnerable.
It's A
This
though,
one's
right?
actually faster to apply and better for Snow Queen's kit in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like high A maybe? Or what do you think?
It's in the middle or
Mid-
low A.
Middle of A.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's.
Okay,
better than-
we'll put it right there.
I don't think it's better than Blade Master.
Okay, so this one is during day you
Frost
get
Queen. Yes.
more damage
Frost
and during
Queen,
night you
yes. Your frost deals
longer
40% more damage,
get stuff.
and at night your frost lasts 3 seconds longer.
Uh,
I think it's an insane talent for Snow Queen.
uh,
It makes her DPS better in day, and it still makes her DPS better at night. And it's really good with dual lances because then don't need to reapply frost.
okay, you're the Snow Queen guy here. I'll give you that. But I don't know.
I value it more than some of her other talents.
Okay,
For
I'll
sure.
like high B.
I was gonna say low B, but if you want to
Low B, okay. I'll take it. We'll
if
take it.
You wanna,
We take
if you
those
wanna rate it
boys.
higher- if you want to rate it
I'll
higher than
put it
I
right,
actually
put it
think,
right next to this, yeah.
I'm down. Definitely better than Biting Gust. Not yeah.
Okay. Okay, so this was the one where you can charge your power.
Yeah, Frost Surge.
Snow Queen,
Yeah, I
you can
hate
charge
it.
your power.
It's trash.
Yeah, it's really bad.
You literally. So if you complain about not doing anything, you know,
The
everything
only
hits
time I like this talent is
stuck
when
in
it's
an animation.
when it's nighttime and you have hailstorm.
Yeah.
Then it feels feels pretty good.
Yeah, but you're still just standing still.
I don't know.
Bottom to C for me.
Yeah, I agree. Furnace.
Ignite lasts longer and deals more damage.
Cool. So no, it's not E, but I would never take this.
Still better than Explosive Fire.
It's better than explosive fire. Is it better than it's better? Everything's better
Actually,
than
maybe
explosive
not.
fire.
I mean, like, it is better than Explosive Fire, but it's also not a starting talent.
Yeah.
So
So
probably worse because you don't want it over his other talents.
yeah, right there is fine. Okay, this is Geyser,
Yeah.
which is Melusine power does more damage in the middle. Very good, but takes not only is it hard to hit more enemies, more than one enemy with this, but also it's hard to hit an enemy with this. So, but
You can if you master it. It's really
yeah,
strong.
which of course I have because I'm Melusine God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really strong. It's basically is literally just Aftershock but different. We'll put it. We'll give it some space though.
It's technically better Aftershock, but
Also,
requires
technically worse Aftershock.
yes.
Both of them have upsides and downsides. Aftershock being you don't need to hit in
Don't
the
need it.
center, but you need to wait. And then Geyser being it's immediate, but it's hard to hit. So yeah. But if you get both of these with, power dive, then you're gaming.
All right, giant rats. rats weaken and deal more damage.
I definitely undervalue this for sure. I think it's actually pretty good.
And I never want it.
I never want
Personally.
it either, just because
I
I
don't like his rat build. It doesn't feel nice.
no, the rat build's terrible. Well, it's not. It's okay. It's kind of
Like it does big
talking
damage,
about how Piper works is a hard
but
thing to do because it's very hit or miss with everything he does. But
he's not really.
generally, of the rat talents, I like this almost the most. I think Horde's a little better, but yeah, I like Giant Rat. So I think it's like bottom of B. What do you think?
Top of C.
Top of
I
C.
don't. I don't think
All right,
it's.
all right, we'll take it. Very top of C. This is Fortissimo, I'm guessing. Oh, this is grand finale.
Yeah, that's grand finale.
I just see
Special
I see
F5.
the special F. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. Music guy being. Yep.
hmm. Grand finale, the special explodes for Piper. So it's just like acoustic pulses, but worse. It's technically more damage, but it can't be more damage if they don't get hit by it, you know. So yeah. Also, if they can't be hit by it if they're dead, because you killed them already, because they're in a zone that makes them take more damage.
Yeah.
So it's pretty bad.
I don't know. I still think. I think it's. I think it's just about the same as acoustic pulses.
I think it's worse, but I'm willing to put it on C still. Just worse. Put it behind Blazing Ruins. Hailstorm.
All right, hail,
Hailstorm's pretty good.
hailstorm.
It makes
It's
it
insane.
makes your power do damage when it doesn't do damage sometimes.
And reapply chilled if you special in the middle of it. So yeah, it's pretty good. I like it.
But now, if we're comparing this to like other characters, it's like, man, this thing's not really that amazing. But when you compare it to other Snow Queen talents, it's like, man, this thing's pretty amazing.
Yeah, she doesn't have too many damage talents, which is really sad.
Yeah, but like A, I'm guessing
I'd agree.
you're the man here for Snow Queen stuff. I'll put it
Probably the same as DP.
deep beat. Okay. Healing Blades. Aladdin's special heals based on how many times it hits up to a cap. Obviously, you'd never catch me take this because it's cringe. Get the damage talent, but it's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty broken.
Yeah, all healing talents are pretty broken, and shielding talents are pretty broken.
Yeah, it's actually really good. But again, you never catch me grabbing it, just like aerial catch. But if you go the aerial catch Healing Blades build, and you get a bunch of shielding and healing.
Healing, yeah, you're unkillable.
Yeah,
which we've done.
Well, yeah, I've done that. Nothing like getting heal for 40 and 100 shield every single time you special. And it's not just for you; it's for everybody.
It's balanced
for no reason.
It's so balanced.
Yeah, no. So, yeah, it's like right there, better than aerial catch.
Yeah, it's next
but
to aerial catch.
It's the same thing,
can't-
one and the
can't say
same. Heavy strikes. Okay, so it's down here somewhere. Is it worse than Blade Storm?
No.
But it's an E, right?
Yeah.
So your this is Beowulf talent. Your attacks are AOE. Let's go, and they deal more damage. They're slower. They're slower.
A lot.
They're slower. And I don't know if you knew this, but I almost fall asleep already out of it, like attacking with Beowulf. So that's. Whew.
Yeah, and you don't really get many opportunities to get your last hit in.
Nope.
Unless you want to take damage.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's just bad. And if you're going the attack build for some reason, this is actually a downgrade.
You still don't want it.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
So, yep. Okay, Horde. The best rat talent.
Yep.
All right. Horde make it. You get, instead of generating 2 rats, you generate 3 rats, and also your cap is increased. So that's pretty cool. It's like B.
For
low.
me, it's bottom of A.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like low A actually. I kind of lied.
It's actually like really.
It's really nice. Mm,
Because like the problem with Piper's traits is that his rats take an extremely long time to spawn,
no.
and that spawns 50% more. So, you know,
Ice decoy.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Multiplayer, you can revive your teammates with it
Yeah.
because clone. But even still,
It's
it's
not.
not freezing shatter
It's
or dual
yeah. I
lances.
was gonna say it's not a
Like
damage talent, and you're playing Snow Queen, the character who decides that they will no longer be dealing damage because the moon is out. So yeah,
like if you have either dual lances or freezing shatter, if your teammate dies, congratulations, you can just kill them and then revive your teammate. With this, you have to taunt them and then walk on eggshells to revive your teammate. It's horrible.
it's not. It's like
Still not. It's not that bad.
yeah. I'd
Don't get
say
me
it's
wrong.
like C still,
Yeah, it's still C, but
but,
compared to our
but like
other
but like
starter,
it's like right here.
compared to our other two starters,
I would I
I don't
prefer
value it more
would I
than
prefer
distant.
distant explosions? I don't think so.
Yeah, I prefer distant.
I definitely prefer distant
All
explosions.
right, genius gift. Yeah, we're not competing.
All
That's
right,
always
so this is what it does. All right, it makes it to where Aladdin's broken. Okay, cool. Next one.
yeah. He gets an extra trait charge, and his secondary effect
Now,
you
are
really
we
notice it.
overvaluing this just from speedrun experience? Is the question.
Nope,
No.
nope.
Okay. Next one.
You snowball harder with it, so you
Genia,
win harder.
is it
Yep.
Genia's Fury or is it Jin's Fury?
Jin's Fury.
Cool.
Power strikes 3 times each, dealing
Now
40.
this one's 45% damage each.
Nope, 40.
Bro, am I going crazy? Do I only get rares? Okay,
Yeah, maybe.
whatever. Your power does 150% damage. That's pretty good. Pretty much. But like it's not amazing. It's basically the exact same as Cyclonic Appearance, but like slightly better, but also slightly worse. So it's the same talent. Thoughts?
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
I pretty much say it's the same.
Okay, this one's called Jania's Might. What is the difference between Jania and
No, this
Jin?
is Jin's fight.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Shit.
There's
Okay, this one's called Jania's Gift.
it's just Junia's gift. There's nothing else.
Okay, whatever. Anyways, Jin's Might, fully charged power, get base damage, quest, it do more damage.
Your power deals more damage from charge, which is kind of trash.
Yeah.
You don't really care.
It's like
You just care about the damage that you get from it.
it's kind of hard to stack. The reward is honestly not amazing. The only reason you really take this is just for the base damage, so your power can do the funny number. That's pretty much it. It's
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about power doing funny number,
the
it's
Aladdin power build is fun
less confusing.
if you get really lucky, and if you don't, it's
It's still good. It's not that bad.
I prefer the attack build for sure. Attack,
But
Attack OP.
definitely his worst starting talent. Have to say that.
yeah, it is.
So top of D, bottom of C.
Yeah, Loop Odyssey. We'll put it right next to the starters.
Alright.
Okay, Ice Lance.
Snow Queen's most broken talent, Lance Burst.
Just put it right next to Dual Lance, or which is it in front of Dual Lance? They don't. I think it's better than Dual Lance actually,
It
because without Dual Lance, it's still really strong.
without dual lance, it's still it makes her actually a character, and with dual lance,
it
it's even better.
makes you have fiery Seismo, but better.
You can one shot everything. Just stand in front of them, auto, or like you have to auto first, so your character's looking at them in quotations, and then you just special. Like you don't even need to have your auto fully out. Just make it so your character's looking at them, so you're looking forward in quotation marks, and then you just nuke them.
By
Like that.
auto, we mean attack. We are MOBA players. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, low notes.
Low notes. This thing's busted, dude. I put it right next to Cleave. It's the same
Yep.
thing.
It is the same thing.
So what low notes does is it makes it to where Piper's attack explodes, but he shoots slower. Um, so it sounds like you just get a break even DPS, except you don't because it double hits, and if you're a knight, it can quintuplet hit. You know, like it's insane.
Yeah, and a higher rarity, you get more DPS, unironically.
Yeah, it's actually crazy. You might look at this talent, you might overlook this talent. It's crazy. Try out low notes.
But the problem with Piper is in daytime, he has no AoE, so he feels like complete trash garbage.
And low
Sure, you
notes,
can get
low
Grand
notes helps
Finale
you for sure.
or Explosive Blast, etc. But honestly, it's not that great because then your single target's bad. So it's a trade-off. But with low notes, you just do everything. You're your own character now, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Without low notes, it definitely Piper does feel like he needs to get babysat sometimes. All right,
All
this
right.
is passively generate enchantment. I have no idea what it's called.
Yeah, major enchantment.
Major enchantment. With a great name.
Yeah, while not attacking, you passively generate one enchantment every 3 seconds, which is not great.
But it goes down legendary. It's like 1.25 seconds,
Yeah,
which is
but
pretty
still not.
cool. But why would you ever want this over acrobatics? Is the question.
It's worse than acrobatics
It's it.
unironically.
I think it's E. I think it's E.
Yeah,
Is it better than heavy blades?
no.
No. Better than blade storm?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not blade storm. That's why it's better. Murder intent. So Scarlet's defense lasts longer. So in Scarlet,
Yeah,
in
and
human form, it's doesn't really do anything at all. Um, oh, but it also instantly refills all your combo points, which is the other
yep.
thing. So that's nice, except I don't know, that never really does anything personally, unless you have
But in
energy.
werewolf form,
But in werewolf form, though, your power lasting, your defense lasting longer is really nice because that means you can hold down left click even harder. Let's go.
and then
uh,
when you do need a heal, or just right click in the beginning, just use your power right when you use your murder intent,
yes. No.
and then
Contrary to potentially popular belief, I have thought for the longest time that werewolf defense gave damage. It
which
doesn't.
it did not.
It does not give damage. So
Gives 50 armor.
you might think this talent does damage. It doesn't. It doesn't actually do damage unless you're utilizing the combo points it generates somehow. But yeah, the only reason you would take this is for face tanking or for some weird energy with devour or shenanigans or something. I don't
You
know.
don't even need the power, just energy, really.
Yeah, I don't know. But the only thing I'm thinking with devour is like you can fully stack, get a power reset, and then use murder intent to get another
Yep.
huge power. That's the only thought. But then it's like, other than that, it's just kind of weird. So, anyways, it's like
It's like C.
C. Yeah, it's about on par with this stuff. I don't want to interrupt the special does more damage sometimes talents though. It's either on this side or this side.
All right. Perfect harmony.
Uh,
Tiger defense restores 4 health to all
yeah.
heroes for each enemy hit, up to 4.
Eh. I'm
So
not.
16 health at common. It's
Yeah, I'm not really feeling it, but it's pretty decent. But again, you
the heal is
never catch me taking this talent.
heal is really good. It's really broken on every character, but it's also just boring. You're healing. You're not doing damage, which damage is fun. Equates to fun, really, if you think about it.
Right, right. If the
So,
number is funnier, then you're having a more fun time.
but it's still like top or in the middle of B somewhere, I would say.
Ah, I might put it like high C. Honestly, we
Because,
can say low B though.
yeah. I personally don't like using the defense to heal. It doesn't feel good
Yeah.
because first of all, you're on Piper, so you taking perfect harmony means you're doing less damage.
Yeah.
And second,
All right.
you pass with damage talent. So
Power dive.
uh,
Um, I have a feeling people undervalue this talent. It's actually really strong. I like it a lot.
I
Um,
like it a lot as well.
yeah. So with the power, here's so with power dive, you're just doing a traditional power build. Maybe let's say you've got all power talents. Good job. Is this the least useful one? Yes.
No, no, it's better actually. Because when you use it, your power gets more damage, or the power that your defense triggers is 20% more at common.
Yes, but
So it's better.
here's the real kicker: is when you have power dive and you get Nightmare Thorn. I had this once. Holy shit! I I at that point I thought Melusine was the most broken character in the game. Here's why it's so strong. So Nightmare Thorn is the cursed. Your power does 100% more damage, but has a 50% increased cooldown. Why it's so broken is that your power is 100% more damage, so it applies to power dive, but your power also has plus 50% cooldown. It applies to your power. It does not apply to your defense, which is triggering the power. So your power is just doing a lot of damage, and sure, your power cooldown's longer, but your defense still has the same cooldown. So you're just doing way too much damage, and it's really funny. So yeah, if you get that god combo, then this thing's insane. Without it, it's still insane. So
Yeah, I can.
it's basically on par with the other power talents. All our power talents are kind of crazy, other than the freezing one.
Yeah.
I'll put it in front of Geyser, but behind Aftershock. I don't know. Do I take Power Dive over Aftershock? I'm trying to think. I feel like sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. It depends. It puts them next to
Well,
each
I
other.
never do personally. I'd rather have the aftershock over power dive.
It depends for me.
All right, protect the flow. Melissa and heroes crossed by attack gain 10 shield for 6 seconds at a common. Yeah, it's broken. Again, all shield heal
I only
talents.
play Melusine solo. This thing's useless. I don't know what he's talking about. No.
I mean, even still, you get
I
the
I I will say it now. I
shield.
never use this talent ever, but I'm aware that it is broken. um, it's a pity S for me,
Oh, oh.
but
I'd say like A.
we'll put it next to Healing Blades and Aerial Catch. How
Yeah,
about that?
thank you. That's exactly what I wanted.
Okay, Pyromania. It's no. Okay, it's not E,
It's not that bad.
but it is D. Is it D?
No, it's in C. It's like behind.
Would I prefer Pyromania over Murder Intent?
It's like the behind distant explosions, brother.
Okay. Yeah.
So your special gets a crit chance and it ignites enemies. It's not that great.
Yeah.
A crit chance makes it do. So crits, you do 50% more damage, and you have a base. I would say around 10% crit chance.
Yeah, it's like a
But
10% crit chance. But it's just not good because it still has a chance to not crit, and then all it's doing is igniting.
Yeah, which is really
Wow.
bad.
Beowulf can do that in his kit. That's crazy. And it's the worst part of his kit. That's crazy.
All right,
Quintuplets. Broken.
S.
So if you get this common, quintuplets actually is really not that good. It's like really, really okay common. But when you get it
Still-
legendary,
Still
congratulations, your power is now doing what? It's
It's minus 5% for each
yeah.
note.
So it'd be an extra.
So at common, so
it'd
at
be an
common,
extra 66%. That's roughly 60% damage increase in your power. Let's just say that.
so on common you do 1/3 more damage, so 33% more damage. So yeah, let's just say it's 66% more damage. Like just double it.
Well,
So
it's 66 if it was the same damage, but it's minus 5%. So about 60% extra damage.
yeah,
And then you combine it with extra measure, and you're doing the funny number.
and now you're killing everything.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really a funny number. It's just many small numbers that combine into a big funny number.
I want to say it's strictly worse than extra measure, but it's because you do have to factor in how it's not very good if it's not legendary. I think
Yeah,
it
you
it
have
is
to.
the most rarity dependent
Talents,
talent in the game. I
Great.
think
upgrade, whatever.
so. I mean, submerging attack, I guess, but yeah. So it's
Like,
near extra measure. Is it behind or in front? I'd say
I'd
behind.
say on, I'd say lower.
Yeah. You think
I'd
it's
say
like
no, 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 no. I mean
farther
like
behind?
a bit lower. Yeah, like behind Geyser or behind Leap
Hmm.
or Dives. Maybe above.
I don't know.
Mm,
I'd put it right next to extra measure in my
right.
opinion. Uh,
All right.
uh, you
Uh,
sold me. You sold me.
Rampart.
So you
I
block an attack, and then you get one defense, and then the quest complete is that it heals more.
your trait
Your
defense heals
your
more.
trait
Yeah.
defense heals more. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
So
It's
it
not
doesn't
great,
do damage, and it doesn't do damage,
but it
and
makes
it
you heal.
doesn't heal. It does
It
heal.
makes you heal more.
It does heal. But it's not as good
But
as the other healing talents.
it's actually like the worst healing talent because
But
Beowulf's heal.
it is a starting talent. Oh, but Melusina Spring Water. Oh, it does give defense,
Yeah, it
and
does.
that's something. So you can face tank harder as Beowulf, except you're not face tanking as Beowulf, as one might assume the warrior to do. He actually is the most kitey of them all. So, what does this do again? Yeah, it's not good.
Um, yeah, no.
Now, again, if we compared it to other talents, like normal talents, you'd be like, yeah, it's pretty good. But comparing it to
It's like
starting talents,
top of D. It's like
yeah, it's better than explosive fire. Oh, that's hard. That
it's
hurts
still
to say.
better than explosive
It
fire.
hurts to say,
Yeah, it really does.
but it's
All
true.
right, Scorched Earth.
Scorched
I
Earth.
actually love Scorched Earth with Double Shock.
I'm not a big fan.
Synergizes even more.
You never want to see it, but you're not disappointed when you see it, is the thing.
Yeah,
Like some other Beowulf talents.
yeah. But it's still really good, in my opinion. I think it's better than Fire Wings, and like better than
Yeah, that's the thing is like you don't need any
combo.
dependencies. It's its own thing. The
But if you get double
only
shock,
thing is you don't want this with
but if you get Double Shock,
Oh, does it work like
it
that?
does. It does stack.
That's cool.
It does stack.
The only problem with this is you can't take this with Fire Seismo, and that is the thing with this is that with this you can kind of slot it into any build and it just works, but with the Fiery Seismo build you can't, obviously, because it only works when you empower the power, and the Fire Seismo only works when you empower the special. Also, I'm losing my voice because I have no water.
Yeah, but I still think it's like
I think it's good though. B
in the
For sure.
middle of B.
for sure. Where is
Somewhat.
it next to?
I think better than combo.
It's the power does
Or
more
the-
damage sometimes. Next
All
to
right,
these
Shadow
guys.
Strikes. S.
Where is it though?
Not that high. Definitely,
I think it's right here.
definitely like below that. Yeah.
All right. I
Shadow
don't know.
Strikes,
Bear, when's the last time you played Scarlet without Shadow Strix?
never.
Yeah, you are undervaluing Shadow Strix. Playing Scarlet without Shadow Strix actually feels like you are just doing 50% less damage because you basically are. But I don't know.
You.
The,
I
these are kind of these are all interchangeable here in my opinion. Shadow Strikes is insane though.
Yeah.
Shadow Strikes
Shape
is just
Emperor?
you just do what, like 20% in, it would say roughly 20% increased damage just overall.
25% crit chance, and then
You
plus
crit
20%
does more
crit
damage, so it's like it would be 12.5%, but your crit does more damage, and then you're gonna get more crit damage from the Sandman, so it's roughly gonna be a 20% damage increase.
At least, yeah.
So it's just kind of insane.
Now shapeshifter,
Shapeshifter is so cool. Can we talk about
it's
how cool Shapeshifter is?
it is
Can we get a
so
Can we get a round of
fun.
applause? What a cool talent. It's terrible.
um, it's definitely really fun though. It is her most fun talent, for sure.
It is insanely fun. Almost as fun as True Instincts. Um,
Now, the defensive value on using the trait to dodge stuff is very high. You can dodge everything, even a tree slam, the Master Nightmare
can you?
smash slam. Yeah, you
Oh
can
yeah, I guess could yeah. Huh.
because you're transforming, so
Right.
you're in
Right.
literally invulnerable, unlike the other ones.
That is pretty neat.
So it's still better than distant explosions for me. I'll be honest, but
Yeah,
what?
if we're talking fun, like we have to include fun factors specifically for this and Fire Seismo, of course.
No, it's still better than distant explosions for me. I would say,
Um,
especially in a normal run, because interchanging between the two gives you a lot of combo space.
yeah.
It's really fun to play with,
You also have to
and
point
you
out
can
not transforming during Master Nightmare for extra DPS, but the problem is you don't have Shadow Strike, so you're actually just doing less damage anyways. Um,
or devour, so you just don't have that 10 base damage, and you know the quest reward for
yeah.
the every now and then you can chomp extra time. But it's still
it's
better than
it's not actually terrible, but it's aight.
still better than distant explosions.
I put her like right next to Murder Intent, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'm gonna take a Murder Intent over a Shapeshifter though any day of the week. Okay, this is um this
Take a
is
guess. Take a guess. I
this
got
is
you.
hold on.
hmm
Uh,
You got it.
no, I'm just wondering if you got it, cuz
No, I,
like
I I know what it is. I know what it is.
no
I'm just waiting. Just take a guess. Come on.
um it's Bear, I have no idea.
Okay, so this is Shattering Blast. Snow Queen's power triggers shatter on already chilled enemies, and your
Oh,
shatter deals more
right.
damage.
Bear, I'm gonna be honest. When I hit level 5 with Ice Queen, I don't think I played her again outside of speedrunning. I'm actually 100% serious.
I love Shattering Blast. It's actually insane. It is one of her strongest talents because your shatter deals more damage and it shatters for free. For free. So
Yeah, it does
yeah,
sound
it's
really
like
strong, especially with the quest, for sure.
so it's like bottom of A for me.
Okay,
Or next to Hail, I guess. I don't know.
sure. Shield charge, not shield rush, charge.
Yep.
Right. Shield charge. Actually, I really like shield charge a lot. It's not Draconic Binds, but it's just feel good talent for sure.
Yeah, your defense makes Beowulf charge forward and deal
It does
100%
double
more damage.
damage. Yep.
Yep. Which, frankly, is kind of cracked, if you ask
It
me.
is really nice. Because, we all know Beowulf's weak side is his AoE, so so
Yeah.
he needed more of that.
Yeah.
Um,
No, but seriously, his single target is pretty not great if you don't have Eruption double shot.
yeah.
That's really about it.
But yeah, shield charge, really nice. It's not Draconic Binds, so it's not as good as Draconic Binds, but just it's just really nice. It's A.
Better.
I think it's A.
Yeah, I think it's also A.
Put it. Is there any starter talents here? We'll put it right next to Deep Beat. Yeah, sure.
Lamau.
Short Wick. More like Sleep Wick.
Alright, so you get special cooldown, which is 20% in common, and your special instantly explodes when it hits the ground in human form, and it doesn't stun you or your teammates, which is not too horrible, but it's also
So
not
wait,
that
okay,
great.
Bear. So I have a question. Okay. So like,
Yeah.
when I'm playing Scarlet, right? So what I'm doing is like I'm taking the left click button, right?
Yep.
So and then I'm slamming my face into the left click button. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what does this do when I press the button when I'm using this? I'm taking my hand off of the left click button.
Mm-hmm.
Why
But
am I doing that?
but you're only doing that. But you are doing that before you use your defense power. So in human form at least.
Right,
But
right.
in oral form, yeah, you never use that. So you know, it's yeah. But in human form, you definitely are using it
All right.
a
Is
bit.
it better than Pyromania? Yes.
Yeah,
100%. We'll give it
it's still better than distant explosions. I think it's top of C. I think it's top of C
it's close. It's close.
or bottom of B.
I
It's one of
I think I definitely prefer this over Murder Intent. So
top of C or bottom of B for
we'll
me.
put it there. Slash Flurry. People may
Slash Flurry.
think they may look at this and they'd be like, "Wow, that's good." It's not.
See, the problem with Slash Flurry is it doesn't synergize with Cleave,
It does
the
not.
best talents for Scarlet. So you're just using your power for 5 auto attacks with a 20% damage increase, but those extra 5 autos don't trigger Cleave, which is not worth it. It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
Why would you? No one would want that.
Now, Slash Flurry with energy.
Energy, yeah,
That's nice.
it is nice.
That's about it.
But even without energy, you just
Now,
either auto
granted,
initiate time
this talent really
or
isn't
cancel it
that bad,
at 5.
but it also it just isn't a feel good talent in my opinion. Like, I don't know if you agree. I just feel bad whenever I'm using Slash Flurry.
I do too. Don't worry.
It just doesn't feel good.
Just take wide
Like
attacks.
Scarlet has such a is like has such a nice flow to her, and Slash Flurry is just like flow. What's that?
So wide attacks is pretty much just better Slash Flurry because you get the
I don't
the
know.
20 damage.
Yeah, Slash Flurry. It's like a C still though. It's like better than. It's definitely better than Shortwake.
Yeah.
But is it better than aggressive defense? I don't know actually. I don't think so.
No, actually, I don't think it's better.
So I think it's right there.
I think it's actually worse than aggressive defense by a lot. Slide attack.
It ain't Jania's gift, but
Yeah,
it is his second best talent.
for damage, for sure.
Yeah. It's not S. But it's really nice. I like it
It gives
for
a lot of movement.
zooming around
Yeah.
all over the place. If you don't know,
Let's do-
you can actually slide more than once. All you need to do is just be a little bit ways away. And also, if you get, I guess we kind of forgot about that. Dancing Blades does have slide synergy.
Yeah, but it's still like not great.
But yeah, the problem with slide is it's not dive. That's the problem with it. Pretty big problem, honestly. But yeah, you kind of just use it for the movement. The attack's nice, especially like early game. If you don't have like an insane start as Aladdin, slide really helps. But other than that, like late game, you're not really using slide probably because you're just kind of one-shotting everybody probably. So like B somewhere around there. Yeah.
Definitely agree with that. Yeah.
Are there any
Yeah.
starters
There's a
here?
power.
Is it next to Devour?
I think so.
Yeah, that's about right.
I don't think it's on the top of B, which is freezing trap and
All
Frost
right.
Queen.
So has anyone ever taken this talent pair?
Slide. Oh, it's horrible.
Has anyone
Slide is
ever
horrible.
taken this talent pair?
Slide is horrible. Yes, people take it. People still think it's good.
So here's what slide does. It increases the radius of your trait. And then the most important thing with it is it gives you intangible when using trait, right? Hello? Anyways, I'm pretty sure that's what it does. It makes you intangible and then it like increases the radius or something, whatever. I guess we'll just wait.
Sorry.
All right, so it makes you intangible, increases the radius. Is that it? Does it increase the damage or something?
Um, yeah, it's called slide, and it makes you dash a certain distance. You are invulnerable during
I thought it was
that
intangible.
yeah intangible, which is yeah sorry. And then your trait's frost radius is increased by 40% uncommon,
Yeah.
but it's
So
actually trash
the only
because
reason the literally the only reason you take this is to become intangible during your trait. The problem is you already have intangible during your special in defense. What is the point? What is the point? The other problem, and this is less of a problem for for controller, I guess, but for keyboard, it's hard to
you
you
only
can't really
get 8
control.
directions.
Yeah, so it's rough. Rough. Doesn't feel good.
But another problem with it is that your cooldown for your trait is the maximum it can be. If you
Oh,
cancel it
is it
early,
actually? Oh my
yeah,
god, that's a
if you
yikes.
cancel it early in the normal trait, it's like a 3-second cooldown,
Yeah.
which is fantastic, and then you can use it again for like a little bit of distance to dodge, etc. But slide is just horrible.
All right, so
You
it's this is sounding like a dance step moment right now.
you lose a lot of
It's a
advantages.
certified dance step moment.
Yeah,
Sniper,
sniper.
probably underrated. I think sniper's really strong actually.
I think sniper is really strong, but I really
Here's
dislike
the
it.
problem with a lot of Piper talents. It's just like, oh,
They're
sick.
not.
I'm in nighttime. I'm even stronger in nighttime now. I'm daytime. I'm the same character still.
Yeah.
So in nighttime, sniper's insane. In daytime, eh, doesn't really do much, does it?
No.
um, if you want to
But
see how to
it's
utilize sniper, you can see me use it in my hard percent for Piper.
Lamau.
Um, yeah, but it's like AI still. I think the damage is really really good.
20%.
Yep,
Your attacking power do get buffed by it.
up to
So
35%. I assume.
yeah,
I don't really
yeah,
remember.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
So where do we put this next to? Next to hailstorm. I think sounds good. Probably
I think
hailstorm's a
below.
little better.
Actually below that one too, yeah.
Uh
Maybe not above
I'll
the
take a
rest.
I'll take a sniper over horde every day of the week for sure.
Now sound barrier.
Sound barrier. Hit two enemies with your defense and with
You
the
gain
Piper.
up to 20 armor. And then when you complete it, if you hit 2 enemies again, you get 12 shield at common for 6 seconds.
So you know the drill. It gives shield. It's broken. You can't catch me taking it. Uh, whatever. Just put it up there. Who cares? It's a little worse honestly though than these.
Definitely worse than deep beat as well.
We'll put it here. I don't know.
I think below freezing trap. I think I'm always taking freezing trap over sound barrier.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, this is like what spinning strike or whatever.
Um, yeah, spinning strikes. Yeah.
Spinning strike. So when you retrieve your special, your next attack, do the spinny spin, and the most important thing is it works with enchantment, and then you do the spinny spin, if you know what I mean. Um,
And it does 80% more damage at common.
yeah,
So
to
it's
140%. Yeah,
really
it's
strong.
really strong. Yeah, for sure. Now it isn't dive, but
I think it's comparable to that.
it's worse than dive in a lot of instances, but also better than dive in some instances.
But it's definitely not as
I'll always prefer a dive for sure,
yeah, I
but
think it's still
but
slightly
it's
under
getting
par of
there.
dive.
It's like right here.
Yeah.
This is spring water, right?
Yeah, that's spring water.
Melusine special heals for each hit enemy, and also if there's an ally setting that they can also get healed, but you still need to hit an enemy. This is my go-to talent for Melusine, so just gives you infinite sustain.
Yeah, this guy says he doesn't take any healing talents or shielding talents. Yep.
Well,
Lying.
that's the thing with Melusine is that face tanking is an actual strat for more DPS. I mean, obviously, face tanking is a strat for every character, but like for Melusine, this really allows you to do it. So yeah, I mean the big reason why this is my most taken talent on Melisine is just because her starters are fucking terrible.
It's also just true.
Yeah. So I mean, but honestly, you just put it right next to the Bewitching song, whatever.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! You're putting below Deep Beat. What?
Oh,
You
Deep
literally
Beat's here. Okay,
just
we'll
said.
put it right there.
Literally, this guy
You know what?
can't keep his facts
It's
straight.
going. It's going right here. Screw you.
Can't keep his facts straight.
I
Let's do
forgot
it.
Deep Beat was there. Okay, Submerging Attack. This is S, in my humble opinion. Now, Aaron, you might ask, Deep Beat, you said it was bad on Nightmare 9. Submerging Attack is that, but worse. But that's where you're wrong, kiddo. All right? See, Deep Beat, you gotta hit 4 attacks, right? Submerging Attacks, you don't need to hit 4 attacks because you already hit multiple enemies with your attacks. So with Deep Beat, you have to hit your attack 4 times individually. Each attack can only hit once. Whereas Submerging Attack, multiple attacks will get multiple stacks. So not only do multiple attacks get multiple stacks, but also they're already dead before they can hit you because this talent's damage is insane. Insane. But again, on Nightmare 9, you know, it is probably rough. I've never done a Submerging Attack build on Nightmare 9. All I know is that I've done it in a normal, on a speed run, and it's insane. So it probably still doesn't deserve S.
Yeah, but unless you're on co-op, then it's a different story there too. So
All around, we'll put it next to Fiery Seismo.
probably, I'd say lower.
You say lower.
Next to like Bewitching song, on the bottom of the A.
Next to Bewitching Song, you're gonna put it below Deep Beat. It's better than Deep Beat.
Okay, then above Deep Beat.
Right next to Deep Beat. Okay, fine.
All right, Sorjin.
Sorjin, retrieving your special during your power charge does big dam and has a slightly bigger AoE, but really not that much.
But
if
it hits the
you can aim it as if you're going to hit people on the side, and you're just gonna miss. So just hit it normally, and you might hit another guy on the side or something.
Yeah. But it's not bad because 80% damage at a common.
Yeah, it is more damage than Cyclonic and Jin's Fury, but has a condition.
You have to special.
Yeah. Overall, though, I still value it more than those two.
I value a lot less.
Okay, so we're at a crossroads.
I despise Sorjin.
I love Sorjin.
I love using it. It's so fun, but it's not practical compared to the other two power talents.
I think it is. So I think with this, we can compromise by just putting it right there with them. Because aren't they right next to each other? Where are they?
Yep, they are. B.
Yeah. So we'll put it at the bottom, below them.
Tidal Wave. Oh. Put it in the middle.
Fine. Break it up, you two. Tidal Wave. This is Melicine's special is larger and longer. It doesn't do anything. But
it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, technically it doesn't do any damage, and therefore it should be terrible, right? But it's nice utility, more enemies, possibly. Maybe have an increased chance of hitting an ally with your spring water. Yeah. It's a classic C moment, I'd say.
Agreed.
Right, well, I think we put it next to Distant Explosions. It's kind of comparable.
Oh.
Or is there a specialty here? The special does more damage sometimes, but it's not a special does more damage sometimes because it doesn't do more damage.
But
you know what?
Technically does because it's more.
Okay, we'll do it there.
It's still in the special.
It's attached to the specials now.
All right, True Instincts, bottom of E, somewhere in E.
Okay, so now the reason we even had this idea for the tier list is just so we can make a tier called True Instincts. The problem is I don't think it might not be the worst upgrade in the game.
No, it's definitely not. but it doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. 10% move speed in human form. You don't. You're gonna play the same. The 10% move speed doesn't change anything. Sure, you move faster during the day. That's whatever because you're still gonna use your skills to move. And when you use your power, you're standing still in quotation marks, so you're not moving, and that is faster movement speed. But even still, you're not doing more damage, and you're not taking cleave. That's like
Truly
no,
worded eloquently. Uh,
no, it definitely was not worded well. But
yeah, it's terrible, but it's basically the same thing as these three. These three pretty much interchangeable because they all do nothing. But I guess it's technically better than them, huh?
yeah, because werewolf form gets health, so you tank a bit more.
I'd definitely take a True Instincts over Dance Step.
Yeah, but you still never take
Well,
true
I don't know.
instinct.
As a Melusine main, I'm never taking Dance Step because I've
Yeah,
just
but I still never take true instincts when I'm offered it.
yeah.
So it's
I
pretty
still
much the
haven't
exact.
won with True Instincts.
Yeah, it's no. It's still not no.
Okay, this is like called underwater projection or something. What is it called?
Pred- predation.
Oh,
Predation. Yeah.
I just made that up. Okay.
Underwater predation. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. I didn't make it up.
Half of it.
Well, it was underwater something with a PR. Um. So Melusine can hold their defense for like
And
4 seconds, and
enemies won't move.
it applies vulnerable.
Like you don't even have to hold it. You can just tap and it implies vulnerable still, but
See, that's the
it's
problem is that you're not
still not
doing other
great.
stuff. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, it's not good. Is it the worst vulnerable apply? Yes,
Yeah.
for sure,
But
100%.
it's not too bad of a talent, but the animation's so long that you lose a lot of time on the
I think
button.
it's D still. I'm
Yeah.
never taking this,
I
ever.
don't take it either. Yeah.
It's not E because it does do something, but I'm never taking it.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Definitely like
It's right next to
top
the this one.
of
Defense does damage for
I put it on top of D.
nah.
Okay.
Cause like, what's more likely that I'm taking? Defense does damage or this? I'm taking this more likely.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. You convinced me. Yeah, true. All
Um,
right, Virtuoso.
Virtuoso.
Yeah, it's his best talent, I'd say.
I think I might disagree with you.
Unless you're speedrunning.
As a yeah a very known low notes lover. I love low notes. I think Virtuoso, you don't really need it. I think low notes is just that strong by itself. You don't even need Virtuoso.
That's for sure. But I still think it's his best non-speedrunning
I
talent.
would put it right next to Freezing Trap. I think they're comparable.
All right. How much
So
are you?
break it up, you two.
There are all of his talents are next to each other. Or
Except
all of his
for
weapons.
Explosive Rats. But they're still touching tips down here, diagonally.
Explosive Rats is on the bottom.
They're diagonally touching. It's okay. Okay, this is like called Water Communion. Water Communion, I got it.
You got it. Yeah, perfect. The one you actually get.
Let's go.
You didn't embarrass yourself the entire time.
Well, here's the thing. I never take this talent ever.
I take it sometimes.
This is Melusine defense refreshes the cooldown of your
Yeah, makes
special,
it
and
more.
the next one does more damage in the next 3 seconds or whatever.
Yeah, definitely not great. But if you get like Nightmare Goo
It
or
Here's the
not
thing. I play Melusine just so I can get the full special build, just to see how strong it is. I've never had it.
get Nightmare Goo.
You
Yeah,
never have it. You never get the full special build in
I
Melusine
got it
ever.
streaming.
But even then, I feel like it still won't feel as good as the power build, and it's hard.
Definitely not.
Yeah,
Power Build is always better.
yeah, it it's not bad. Here's another problem with it is Master Nightmare boss DPS phase. You can fit exactly two specials. With this, you're still getting two specials. You're just getting the increased damage, but it doesn't really matter. So sometimes I judge DP like damage upgrades based on how it applies to the Master Nightmare DPS phase, and this doesn't apply anything to the phase at all. So
Yep.
that's another thing. So I'd say like I put it right next to Murder Intent. I think personally, I don't know. I think I'm probably undervaluing this.
No, I dislike it too, but the only time I actually used it was with Nightmare Goo. I got it before picking Water Communion, so that's the only reason why I got it.
All right, white attacks,
White
cleave, but
attacks,
worse.
still synergizes with Cleave pretty well. Uh, definitely her second best upgrade.
Yeah.
That isn't a starter.
Mm-hmm.
So like A, or bottom with S.
Yeah, I'll put it right next to this. The the quality of life feels about the same. These two. Oh yeah, this one just increases your damage on every attack, and
Yeah.
they're wider, I guess. Cool.
It makes the cleave longer as well,
Yeah.
which is
That
crazy.
definitely feels better on werewolf form. But what
Yeah.
doesn't feel better?
I
in
mean,
werewolf
it's the
form,
same.
You know?
It feels the same personally to me.
No.
All
Yeah.
right, wind shield.
Um.
No Queen defense gives a shield.
This is a talent.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's very hard to shield your teammates unless they're unless you communicate with them really well. But even still, they're not positioned. They're not positioning for their own skills as well, if they are. So it's like really good because it gives the most shield out of every talent that shields, but
Isn't it like 20 as a common?
it's 20, yeah, it's common.
I do remember
It's
this thing
the
though. I remember
most.
the number. The one thing, the one things I can't remember. I remember on this talent I didn't know existed.
It is the strongest shield though,
I don't know. It's a shield, but
it is also on Snow.
here's the thing: you're playing Snow Queen, the safest character, just objectively.
Yep.
Safest character. And additionally, you're playing a character that every second you spend not trying to deal more damage is really bad because you don't deal any damage. So it's got to be bad. Like we're being nice to all these shielding and healing talents. We're never grabbing them personally, but we're being nice to them because they are really strong. This I feel like isn't strong, and it's a shield talent, so it gets cringe points.
Because you're missing out on a lot of damage for Snow Queen.
Yeah, Snow Queen really needs the damage.
You need some damage synergies, otherwise you're.
I really want to say D, but I'll compromise with like C.
I was gonna say top of D or bottom of C.
All right, we'll put it right next to Rampart. How about that? Same thing. And then finally, Windy Lances, Dual Lance's little brother.
But in actuality, it's worse than your normal autos because you get less pierce. And sometimes
I don't know. It can be cool because you can technically get dual lances, but better.
No.
Sometimes, if you set it up correctly.
No, Windy Lances is trash. Because sometimes, or not sometimes, but a lot of the times, the homing will miss.
Oh yeah, the homing is really bad.
Make you miss.
The AI is terrible. You could, if you're doing Master Nightmare and you're standing directly on top of the tentacle, aiming your attack at the Master Nightmare. If it just moved forward, it would hit the Master Nightmare. And instead, it's like, but the tentacle all the way over there, I can't even reach. I gotta hit him.
Got a curve.
Yeah.
And then you miss, and then it's like, why?
Mm-hmm. There's no secret tech with this where you can hit one enemy the whole time with it. You can hit two. You can hit two enemies the whole time with it. That feels really good. But
yeah,
hard to pull off, and just go dual lances.
The high rarity of Windy Lances doesn't matter ever.
Yeah, just how it can hit more targets, right?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you're upgrading a thing that you could have just gotten by not grabbing the talent. Insane.
Yeah, pretty much. So her worst talents by far. This is like E, I would say, honestly. I never pick it up. And when I do pick it up, um, I'm just trying to, be brain dead and not focus ever.
Mm.
But even still, I'm better off not focusing
I don't know.
and not.
When I was new to the game and I was bad, I'd say I valued this
I did
more.
not even still. I liked Ice Clone more than Winning Lances, me personally.
I just was not a grabber of the ice clone personally. Kind of cringe.
I used both. The thing.
But yeah, I don't know. I'd put it like right here, right next to what is
Yeah.
this called? Frostbite, chilled. I don't know.
Keep guessing. Keep guessing.
Uh, your mom, I think it's called.
Cold Heart.
Same thing.
Look. You can see it's a heart if you turn it upside down.
What the fuck?
Look, it's like a heart.
What are you on about?
What do you mean? What am
I
I?
see it, but like no, but it's like a skull, bear. It's a skull.
But it's a cold
No, but
heart
it's a skull, bear.
because
No, no,
cold hearts
no,
are evil.
no, but
You
it's
know,
a
you get it.
skull.
You get it. You get it.
Stop trying to be
Well,
an English teacher and trying to find the deeper meaning in it. It's a skull.
yeah, but you see, if you turn it upside down, it's just
Anyways, that's the video. It's an hour and 46 minutes long. Tell us what you think. Do it yourself, maybe. I don't know. Link in the description. Cool. Bye bye.